My dad changed the locks before Christmas, so I couldn't let myself in anymore. So I didn't let myself in at all. For 15 years, I had a key to my dad's house. I used it to pick up his insulin when his prescription was ready. Used it to drive him to appointments when he was too dizzy from his blood sugar. Used it to bring dinner on Thursdays because he'd forget to eat if I didn't. Then Valerie happened. Valerie didn't think it was appropriate that I had unrestricted access. She said healthy families have boundaries. My dad said maybe she had a point, so I started calling first. For 2 years, I called, I scheduled, I asked permission to take care of my own father. And 3 weeks before Christmas, I showed up with his medication refill and my key wouldn't turn. I rang the doorbell like I was delivering a package. Valerie answered in yoga pants with a wine glass. The locks got changed, she said. Not we changed them. The locks got changed, like weather happened. I asked for a new key. She called into the living room. Babe, do we have a spare for her? My dad said he'd have to ask the locksmith. He'd have to ask the locksmith for a key to his own house. I handed her the medication bag and drove home. 15 years of letting myself in. 2 years of asking permission. And now I needed to be buzzed in like I was visiting a hotel. My older brother Cal called that night. He could hear it in my voice. I told him what happened. He was quiet for a minute and then said, you know Grandma Ruth still asks about you, right? I hadn't talked to Grandma Ruth in 10 years. After the divorce, Dad made it clear. Mom's family was off limits. Grandma Ruth took Mom's side and we don't associate with people who turned their backs on him. So I didn't. For a decade, I didn't. But Cal never listened to that rule. He'd been having coffee with her every Sunday for years. She gave me a spare key to her place last month, Cal said. Told me it's for any of us, whenever. I started crying. Not because of Grandma Ruth, because my dad's locksmith needed approval to cut me a key, but a grandmother I'd abandoned had one waiting. The next week, my dad texted, Christmas dinner is at 3. Let me know your ETA. Like nothing happened. Like I hadn't stood on his porch holding his insulin while his wife held a wine glass. I stared at that text. Let me know your ETA, not we miss you, not can't wait to see you. Just logistics. Valerie probably proofread it. I thought about 15 years of Thursday dinners. I thought about driving him to the ER at 2 a.m. when his sugar dropped. I thought about ringing the doorbell like a stranger. I thought about Cal telling me Grandma Ruth asks about me. That's what family does. They keep the door open. They don't deadbolt it and ask you to schedule entry. I texted back, I'll confirm closer to the date. But I already knew. I called Cal and asked what Grandma Ruth was doing for Christmas. He said she does a quiet thing with whoever shows up and I should come. No ETA required. That's when I decided. I wasn't going to ring doorbells at houses where I used to have keys. Christmas morning, I woke up at Grandma Ruth's house. She made cinnamon rolls. She didn't ask why I'd stayed away for 10 years. She just said, you're here now. I cried again. The good kind. Around 2 p.m., my phone started. First text from Dad. What time should we expect you? I didn't answer. Second text. Hello. Third text. Valerie made your favorite dessert. Fourth text. Are you coming or not? Then Valerie texted me directly. Valerie never texts me. Your father is upset. We planned around you being here. I left them on red. I ate turkey and stuffing and laughed at Grandma Ruth's stories about Mom as a kid. I helped wash dishes. I sat on the porch with people who didn't make me ring the bell. Around 4 p.m., my dad called. I let it go to voicemail. He called twice more. Then the voicemail came. I don't understand what's going on. You said you'd confirm. We set a place for you. Valerie went to 3 stores for that pie. Why aren't you here? I saved it, not to remember it. To prove that he noticed I was gone. At 6 p.m., my dad finally texted. Is everything okay? Are you safe? Just respond, please. I wrote back, I'm fine. He replied, then where are you? And for the first time in 10 years, I didn't feel like I had to choose between him and Mom's family. I typed, with the family you told me to forget. Then I muted my phone and had a second piece of pie. My dad called every day that week. He left voicemails about how Valerie was just trying to establish healthy boundaries and he didn't realize I'd be this upset. He never once said I could have a key.